All they do is imitate, but we do this every day. Cut it up every day. Cut it up every day. Cut it up every day. Cut it up. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cuttin Up with Bladez. This is episode number 2, the New Year's special. But first things first, I want to wish you guys a very happy New Year's. I hope you crushed all your goals in 2021. Now it's time to reset, get some new goals started for 2022, and let's ramp them up, Let's set big goals and let's crush them because I know you guys can. So, I want to let you guys know my very first episode that I recorded last week. It was super fun. I wasn't even going to post it until New Year's, but there was some technical difficulties, so I just went ahead and posted it. So when you put a podcast on Apple Podcasts, it's supposed to take a little while for it to accept the podcast and post it for you. And since Christmas was around the corner, I wanted to make sure it was going to be up by New Year's. So I went ahead and I posted it on there. It was supposed to be a little while till it actually posted on to the podcast platform, and it ended up doing it in like 30 minutes. So I was just like, all right, there goes episode number 1. Let's do episode number 2, a fresh start to a fresh year, 2022. Man, it's going to be an amazing one. But that first episode, guys, it was super fun. I'm really going to enjoy podcasting with you guys. Don't forget, leave me a rating and review down below listening to this podcast because I want to know how I'm doing, what you guys think. We're on all platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast. We got the visual on YouTube just for you guys because I know a lot of times when you're on YouTube, you don't want to click off YouTube and you want to just stay on YouTube. You don't want to click those links in the description sometimes and whatnot. So we got the visual podcast pumping. I just dropped that last week. It's going to be every Monday, guys. We're going to have a new podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy. Just let me know what you think. If you're on YouTube, comment down below and let me know what you think of the podcast so far. It's 2022, guys. What are some of your goals? I know I have a ton of goals for this year, and we're going to crush them little by little, but we're going to crush them all. And there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to achieve all these goals. So, why don't you guys go ahead right now and think about your goals as I tell you what my goals are going to be. And let's crush them together because I know we can. It's going to be an awesome year. Let's start with some YouTube goals. Some goals that I have for YouTube. Before we get into that, how was your guys' Christmas? Mine was pretty amazing. We had a good time with family. Got some sweet gifts. One of my favorite gifts that I've got was, you guys know what a Blackstone is? I didn't get the Blackstone, but I got the Sam's Club version of it. So I got a big old griddle that I'm going to put on my back porch, and I love cooking breakfast, so I'm going to cook big breakfasts on there. I'm going to cook burgers. So party at my house, guys. Let's start 22 off great. The kids, they had a great Christmas. It's crazy because we prep for Christmas, and it feels like it takes forever to get everything all prepped up, lights on the house, blow-ups out front, gifts, buying all the gifts for the kids and family members, and then you blink your eyes and Christmas is right there, and then it's over, and then it's already New Year's. So let's go ahead and get into some New Year's goals. So for my YouTube guys, one of my big goals I think we could achieve on the Bladez main channel, Let's try to get 1,000,000 subscribers in 2022. You think we can? I think it's possible. It's going to be a grind, though. Like, I'm going to have to really put my head down and just get after it, because that's a lot of subscribers to get. Let me see what we got right now. I think we're at like 230 something thousand. I'll just go ahead, do a quick look, see what we got right here. Yeah, 232,000 right now. So we're not even at 250,000, but I think it's possible to get 1,000,000 in 2022. We'll see. I'm going to try and make every video that I put out straight fire. So I'm only going to put out bangers. We're starting the new year off. Actually, guys, this podcast is going to be out the day before I drop the first video of the year on my main channel, Bladez. And we're coming in hot, guys. Like, this yard is out of control. I'm telling you, this was the worst yard I've ever seen. I don't think anybody's going to top this one, but we'll see. 2022, we'll see what happens. So don't forget, tomorrow, guys, go ahead and watch that video. It was out of control, but you know how we roll. Me and AP, this is what we do. See if we can't get 1,000,000 subscribers in 2022. If not 1,000,000, I think we could get 500,000 for sure. So I'm shooting for 1,000,000, but if I fall short and hit 500,000, I'm still happy. Like, I think one of the most important things is we could set big goals like this, saying I'm going to hit 1,000,000 subscribers. That type of goal is actually something that we can't control at all. So if we set a big goal like that, saying we're going to hit 1,000,000 subscribers, and we only hit 500,000 subscribers, that's okay, because all we could do and all that we can control is putting out good content. If we put out good content, it's coming. It might not be this year, but it's coming slow and steady. The better the content, the better response you'll get. You'll get more subscribers, you'll get more views. You just got to put the best content that you can. You just got to put it out. And if you guys aren't good at making content right now and you're new, just go ahead and put anything out, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I put a video out today, and if I put a video out 1 year from now, the video from today is automatically going to look not as good as the video I put out 1 year from now, because we're constantly learning. We're constantly just growing. And if you're not growing and trying new things, then you might not grow your channel as fast as you want. So my suggestion to you guys is set these big goals. Like, set the goal for 1,000,000 subscribers and just do your best to do your best. Do your best to do your best and put your best videos out. Even if you want to translate this into like a lawn business or any type of business that you guys have. Say you're just starting a lawn business and you don't have any customers right now, but you set a goal to get 50 customers. You can't guarantee that goal that you're going to get 50 customers, but you could guarantee that you're going to print 500 postcards or 500 flyers, and you could guarantee that you're going to knock on 500 people's doors, and out of those 500 people, you might get 50. So say you do 1,000, like, you could guarantee the work that you put into it. So always grind hard, put the work in. You guys could do it. It's not impossible, guys. I'm telling you that right now, because I'm just a dude from my city, just a regular guy from my city, and somehow we made it into the position we are right now. Actually, not even somehow, because I've been grinding my butt off, guys, and it might not look like it, but I've been doing this my whole life. So that's one of my YouTube goals, is to hit 1,000,000 subscribers. If we hit it, we hit it. If not, I'm not going to be sad, because I know I'm going to put in the work. Now, let's see how many videos I have on YouTube right now, because I'll set a goal right now. So right now, I have 92 videos. My next goal, see, this is coming back to the million subscriber thing. So I have 92 videos right now. My next goal is by the end of 2022, I want to have 200 videos on YouTube. So I might not get the million subscribers, but if I have the 200 videos, it's going to make sure that I'm consistent, I'm steady going, and that's going to set me in place to eventually get a million subscribers. Eventually. That's a really big goal, guys. It seems almost impossible. So let's look back at this podcast, and if we hit a million, I'm actually going to be pretty mind blown, because that's crazy to even think about. Like, let's just see what we do. I think it's going to be amazing, guys. So let's get 200 videos for 2022. It's only right. And then on my second channel, Life Without Blades, my goal for that channel, I just want to be consistent and post one video a week. I'm actually posting one right now of the behind the scenes on this podcast. It's actually a day in the life, but I want to be consistent on that channel, and I'm definitely going to be consistent on my third channel, which is the podcast channel. That's a guarantee. One day a week, guys, you'll get a podcast. So that's all my YouTube goals, I think, guys. Unless I think of any more, I'll let you guys know in the next podcast. But I'm pretty sure that's all the goals I have. Nothing too crazy, just, well, a million subscribers, that's kind of crazy. But, we'll get there. It's only a matter of time. I don't have to be the first in the lawn care community. I don't have to be the last in the lawn care community. As long as I'm steady chugging along, that's what I'm happy about. Now, podcast goals. My main goal with the podcast is just to be consistent. I want to do one podcast a week, and once a month, I want to have a guest on my podcast, just so I could sharpen my skills and have better conversations with people. And I know that will translate to my YouTube channel, like my introductions to the videos, and just in the beginning of the videos when I'm talking, and at the end of the videos when I'm talking. I want that to translate to that, so I could just have better videos. Sometimes I knock on people's door and I don't know what I'm going to say. Like, I just wing it. It comes out awkward most of the time. So if I start talking more on this podcast, I have no choice but to get better. So that's one of my main goals on there. Maybe even get a few sponsors. That'd be cool. Yeah, let's set that for a goal. If I could get some sponsors for this podcast, like, not just any sponsors though, guys. Like, I want a sponsor that makes sense, and I want it to be a brand that I could rep. Like, if we could only get one awesome sponsor for the podcast, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, let's just say being consistent, and then maybe get one sponsor on the podcast. I think we could make it happen. And my life goals, that's a hard one. For my life goals, I just want to make the best life for my wife that she could possibly have. I want my family just to be healthy and happy. I want my kids to just have fun, be smart. I want to eventually buy some land, 1 acre for sure, but I think the perfect piece would probably be 3 to 5 acres. I'd say 3, because 5, that's a lot of mowing, guys. 5 acres is a lot of mowing, so I'm going to say maybe 3. If I could find 1 to 3 acres where I'm living at right now in Fort Pierce, I would even choose maybe Vero, but for sure Fort Pierce. I want to buy a little bit of land, maybe clear it out all 2022, and if we can't, build our dream house one day, maybe within the next 5 years. That would be amazing. Have a nice shop in the backyard, big old 3-acre front yard, lay some fat stripes with my John Deere. Speaking of that, guys, never mind, we won't go there. We maybe we'll go there in another episode, but we won't go there today. Yeah, if we could just buy a little bit of land somewhere by where I live, that'd be awesome. For me, I just want my wife to have the best life that she could have, and the kids to have the best life that they could have, and all my family and friends just to have the best life that they could have. I want to help as many people as possible. I want my buddy Big Worm's barbecue to explode. Like, I want him to have the biggest, best barbecue joint down here in Fort Pierce. I want it to be the best, biggest, most known barbecue joint in all of Florida, all over the world. I want it to be a staple. Like, Big Worm, he's an amazing guy. I just really want his barbecue to blow up. Maybe one day he'll have a restaurant instead of a food truck, or maybe he'll have a food truck and a restaurant. I don't know. Heck, if you guys want me to have Big Worm on the podcast, comment down below and let me know. You know? What other goals do I have for my life? It's a tough one because I haven't really thought about that one. I probably should have thought of that before I did this podcast, but I'm just winging it, just like a bird, you know? Just winging it like a bird. What are some of your guys' goals? Just maybe think about that for a few seconds. Set some little goals, and you'll achieve them over time. Like, what I usually do, I set a couple big goals and then set little goals on the way to achieve those big goals. And I also write all my goals down because it makes it more real. If you write it down and you see it every once in a while, it makes it real, and there's a better chance of you achieving that goal if you see it every day and really believe that you're going to achieve it. Like, you write that big goal down and then write 4 little goals on how to achieve that big goal. And then, you know, cross that one out when you get it, cross the second one out when you get it, cross the third one out when you get it, and by the 4th time, you're achieving that big goal that you might have never thought you would have been able to achieve. I think I hear the garbage truck outside. Unbelievable. So, yeah, just write down them goals. I know you guys hear that garbage truck because I hear them loud and clear. But as I was saying, guys, yeah, just write down your goals, cross them off little by little, and you'll be where you want to be in no time. It's possible for anybody to do it. You just have to have a dedication, motivation. Just like the song I just wrote. I said, this is the best life in the green industry. Dedication, motivation, now that's the key. If you work hard, you could live carefree. And I ain't talking about the ocean, but you will see. And that's true, guys. Dedication, motivation, that's really the key. Like, if you have enough motivation and enough dedication, you could do anything that you put your mind to. I know that firsthand. If you want it bad enough, you'll make it happen. I've done it plenty of times in my life at lower scales. So I just got to make sure I'm staying on top of everything, because it's easy to fall off. Like, you get a little bit of success and you could get comfortable. I'm not getting comfortable, guys. Like, I do this for you guys. I just love creating content. So if I'm creating content for a living, I'm going to be putting content out. That's why we got Al Bladez, Life Without Bladez, Cutting Up Without Bladez, Blades Uncut. We ain't messing around. And in 2022, I don't know what else we'll have. We might have a couple more channels, maybe. I want my wife to start a cooking channel. I don't know if she wants to. I'll do all the editing and everything for her, but I don't know if she wants to. We'll see. We got a lot going on in life right now, so we'll see. Today, right after I finish doing this podcast, I have to take my son to his 4-month checkup. He's getting some shots, so that's going to be a little bit sad. It's always sad when you take your kids to get shots, because when they're hurting, guys, I promise you're hurting. I don't know if you guys have kids right now, but it's an amazing experience. I suggest have some kids, but only when you're ready. You'll never be ready, but when you think you're ready, go ahead and have some kids, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling along, but that's what we do, guys. I told you in episode 1, we just ramble on here with Cutting Up Without Blades. So, speaking of rambling, guys, I'll go ahead and tell you about my last week's yard. It's actually pretty cool. He was an Army vet. Like, me and AP, we couldn't find a yard. It's been getting a little bit harder and harder to find yards to mow lately. Like, we'll have one in mind, and then we'll go to it when it's time to cut it, and it'll be cut already, or we won't be able to find one for a while. Or we'll knock on someone's door, and sometimes they just say no, they don't want us to cut it because they think we're scamming them or just something. I don't know. Like, it's been getting kind of tough to find yards, but we're going to be out here getting them. So we couldn't find a yard, and then we found 2 back to back. They weren't super tall, but they were tall enough that they definitely needed cut. I would say 1 foot to 2 foot tall, which is pretty tall for some grass, you know what I'm saying? But there was 2, one right across the street from the other. So I knocked on one, the worst looking one. I knocked on that one first, and nobody picked up. So I went straight across the street, knocked on that one. The guy, he picked up. I said, "Hey, would you like a free cut for the holidays?" And he said, "Is this a joke?" And then, I'm not even kidding, guys, he paused for probably like 30 seconds the first time. He's just like, "Are you joking?" And then he paused again. He said, "Yeah, go ahead and cut just the front yard." And I said, "No, sir, we got to cut the whole property because we don't do anything halfway." He said, "Well, the backyard's pretty out of control." I said, "Well, I think I told him that." I don't know if I should have said this or not. Let me know down below, guys. Like, should I have said this? He said, "The backyard's pretty out of control." I said, "I've cut worse." I don't know if that's a bad thing to say or not, but it's true. I've cut worse. I've cut abandoned houses that were super tall. I've cut houses that people lived in that were super tall. But I told him I cut worse. And he said he's seen worse too, because he was driving tanks in Vietnam or something, which is actually really awesome that we were able to help a vet. I asked him what branch he was in, and he said he was in the Army, so he was an Army vet in Vietnam. The crazy thing is, he didn't look too old, but if you really looked at him, you knew he was old, but he just took care of himself. So that's cool that he was an Army vet. And then, yeah, he said, "Go ahead, cut the whole yard." That's what AP and myself did. We cut the whole yard. This was right after Christmas. So we cut the whole yard, and the backyard, it was actually really tall. I would say the front yard was 1 foot to 2 foot, and the backyard was probably 1 foot to 3 foot in some spots. It was pretty tall in the backyard. If you guys haven't seen that video, go ahead and slide on over to albladez.com, and it'll be the most recent video as I record this podcast. And another super cool thing, we've been doing this for about 6 months now, and nobody's given us a gift. They gave us water and just stuff, but nobody's given us a gift. And he gave us something actually super cool. It's like a rock. I got it in my hand right now. If you're on YouTube, this is it. I'll put a little B-roll of it or something because I don't know what type of rock it is, but if you hit it in the light just right, it shines like super bright, like almost like silver. It's pretty awesome. I just got mesmerized by it for a second when I was just looking at it. It's pretty cool. It's awesome that he gave us that rock. It might not mean much to a lot of people, but it means a lot to me because he was the first person to gift us something back after we gave. And we don't expect anything when we do this, but it was just cool that he gave us something. He gave us what he could, and it was awesome. After we finished cutting the yard, we told him bye. AP ran to the truck and gave him an exclusive sticker pack. It's actually the cartoon figures of me and him, and I'm dressed up like Santa Claus, and he's dressed up like the elf. And it's actually some super awesome stickers that AP drew up himself. One thing about AP, guys, he is super talented. He really takes branding to the next level. Like, if you guys order anything off our website, bethedifference.shop, the clothes, they come with hang tags. They come just nice quality. You get a sticker with the clothes. Like, if you get a shirt, you get a hang tag with a sticker on it that says Bladez. You get same thing with hats. Everything is made in-house. Like, the stickers he designed, he made 100% from scratch. All the designs, everything, the Bladez designs. I don't got a Bladez shirt on right now. I thought I did, but the Bladez designs, everything is made 100% by AP. So if you guys want to support him, just go ahead and hit up the website. The website is bethedifference.shop, and that's where you could get any of our merch. We don't push it on anybody. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. But if you want to support AP, go ahead and get a piece of clothing. It's pretty cool. We'll usually post, if you take a picture and send it to us and you have any of our merch on or anything, we post it on Instagram or on our community page on YouTube. Another funny thing about the guy, he told us, like, the whole time we were there, he was telling us a lot of jokes. It was pretty funny. Like, what was one he said? He said, I used to mow a field. I forget where he said he was from, but he said, I used to mow a field back at home. What I used to do, I used to have a couple goats. I bought 3 goats or whatever. And then he said, in the wintertime, we ate lawnmowers. That was a pretty funny joke that he said. But yeah, pretty awesome dude. Can't say enough nice things about him. I got to start wrapping this episode up because it's about time for us to go to the doctor for little Noah. If you didn't know, I have 2 kids. I have a 4-month-old named Noah, and I have a almost 2-year-old named Olivia. So that's one thing. If you guys didn't know, now you know. Maybe I'll do a live stream on YouTube, and maybe that will be the question for a giveaway. I don't know. I used to do a live stream every month and just do a lot of giveaways, but the bigger you get on YouTube, the more you can't see the comments, and I feel like it really hurts people's feelings that I can't read their comment. And if I put the comments on slow, I'll never be caught up to the chat. So if you're wondering why I haven't been doing live streams, that's why. Is because a lot of people, they're getting mad that I couldn't read their comment, which is impossible if you have 600 people writing a comment all at one time. It's like really hard to read all the comments. So if you guys want me to bring back the lives, let me know. I'll do 1 live a month like I used to. I just don't want to upset people if I can't read their comment. So I just went ahead and stopped doing it altogether. But if you guys want to see me do more live streams on YouTube, let me know. Maybe I'll do a live stream on my Life Without Bladez YouTube channel because it's not so big, and I could get more in depth with you guys because there won't be 600 people in there. There might only be like 20 people in there or something. So that might be cool. That might be a good idea, is just maybe start doing a live stream on Life Without Blades. Heck, I might do one every week. I don't know. That got my gears turning now. I got the studio. We could do an awesome live stream in this studio. I might do that. It's a good idea. See, guys? When you just talk to yourself on these podcasts, you just come up with cool ideas and all types of stuff. But I think that's all the time I got today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I want you guys to know that I really love you guys. I love all the support that you give me. I want to support you guys as much as possible. And I want you guys to know that if you put your mind to it, guys, you could definitely do it. The topic of this podcast was goals. So go ahead, set your goals, crush them. 2022. I know you guys could do it. We'll see you on the next podcast, guys. I love you guys. And, you know what they say. We do this every day. Cut it up, cut it up.